All right, we'll get back to the people in a second. You know, it is Black Monday in the NFL. There is one that hasn't happened yet that I swear I feel like it's just predestined. Like McVay's walking away from the Rams, right? We talked about this last year. Remember all the noise about work-life balance, wanting to start a family. You know what else is here now? This is a long-term rebuild.
Yeah.
Stafford's got a $51 million roster bonus coming up in March that, frankly, I don't think a rebuilding team wants. They F them picks. Yeah, until you need them picks. McVay's walking away, right?
I think so. Because I think he's going to get burned out, Mike. He reminds me just of like Dick Vermeil, the early years.
The one who cried all the time?
Yeah, no, the one he was uber intense, and then he burned himself out, and then he came back and cried all the time.
But here's why I bring this up. Because what we're not going to do today is the Harbaugh fiesta. But literally 25% to 30% of the league is going to have job vacancies. If he doesn't get one now, it's official. Nobody wants his crazy ass. So it's now or never for old Jimbo.
I don't know what that's all about. I got an idea, but I don't know what that's all about.
I mean, he's facing a suspension. He himself, not Michigan, is up on a level 1 charge. And don't give me the hamburger crap because you're missing the real story. You're following the PR.
Oh, my God. The most simple-minded people hit me with, well, a fall for a hamburger.
Right.
It's not.
Exactly.
It was the
and
practices.
Chris Webber couldn't afford a hamburger.
Right. It was the practices that he ran. And you know what? It's like I said, it's not the crime. It was the cover-up.
Right.
They gave you ample opportunity
All
to
he
say
had to do was just admit
it was just a burger. Let me go take you to get this burger.
Point being, Houston, Indianapolis, Carolina, Denver, probably L.A. Keep going down the list. Guys, jobs galore opening up.
I'm starting to think
Houston.
I think it's just a little bit of pettiness. He's still upset over that pay cut.
Fine. My point is, if he doesn't get a legitimate offer, he's never going to get one. He turns 60 next year. They don't want old people.
The last time I checked, most people don't place the phone calls. They get the calls placed to them.
Well, yeah, the Panthers kind of hit him with a shaving cream pie with that whole deal. Yeah, we don't want him. Wait, what? Let's go to Nate, 97.1. What's up, Nate? How are you, buddy?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good. Hold on. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a question. My optimism is pretty high with this team, and last year in the offseason, they did the NFL Top 100. No Lions made it. This year, coming up now, what do you have them at? Are any guys making it? Over or under 4 players make it?
Amon-Ra for sure. One of your offensive linemen, maybe 2.
Aiden?
That's tough because, again, he's an edge and he's a rookie. You want Aiden in there, I'm not going to get upset. I just probably think that's a year early. But I'd say you'd have a couple.
I think it's 5, maybe 6, and I could say all 5 are over all Brad Holmes guys. I got Goff and I got Jamal Williams on top of Sewell, ASB, and Hutch. And you got to throw Ragnow in there.
Am I wrong for asking, what does it even matter?
Yeah, I don't
Go out
know.
there and win games and play well.
I think he's basically saying, look, the roster's gotten a lot better, and I agree.
that.
But the idea that, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, Jamal Williams scores a lot of goal line touchdowns. He's not a top 100 player. Come on.
He got 1,000 yards.
Great. That 1,000 yards in almost 20 football games. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Right, because now that it's, 17 games? Because it used to be if you got 67 yards a game, you got 1,000.
It just kills me. There's always one. Like, we're talking about your emotions as the season ends, and this guy wants to bicker about a top 100 list for Jamal Williams. See? I don't. I'm not interested.
But see, the reason being for that, hold on, David. Because they don't win championships here, a lot of Lions fans get off on the individual achievements. What do people think about us?
Oh, God.
Does this dress make me look fat? That's basically what Lions fans become.
Yeah, the only rookie who I think I'd put in the top 100 would be Sauce, and that's because he's a Pro Bowl caliber #1 corner, and he could be a top 3 corner in the league. You know, Aiden had a really nice rookie year, a little uneven at the start. I think he got healthy. No, I said on defense.
Oh, defense.
I just feel like it takes a lot for a rookie to make a top 100.
Here's why I would put Sauce on there because
well, you know the family.
No, because teams have already said we're not throwing the ball to him.
Right.
I mean, the Lions played him 0 attempts to his side of the field. That's prestige. It took Jalen Ramsey and those guys a couple of years. He's turned into Revis Island in year one.
I mean, Jared Goff, no way. Like, come on, just because he's your quarterback and I think he's acceptable, like, come on, man, what are we doing?
I think Goff could be top 10.
Okay, then. Austin, 97.1. What's up, Austin? How are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
The officiating's on my mind, and it's bothering me because I'm an official. I mean, I'm not an official for the NFL. I don't want to even sound like I'm trying to compare this, but I do ref for high school sports and some pretty important games, and some of these calls are pretty blatant, and they're just getting missed. And the reason I got an issue with it is, sure, we didn't get screwed because we lost to Carolina. We went 1-6. That's fine, but the calls across the board this year have been absolute garbage, and I even feel that way in the NCAA level. There's been quite a few garbage calls, but
Austin,
I'm just wondering why the NFL's not putting any more training in place, why we're not doing anything to try to get better. The Seattle game had probably 40 missed calls that I know the NFL officials are going to review those missed calls. That's usually how they do it when it comes to, like, D1, NFL, all that, but it really bothers me because I feel like these referees got to take some pride in this. Like, there's so many missed calls that screw organizations.
No, but Austin, let me ask you this question. I'm not trying to be funny. Has there ever been a year where you said, wow, the refereeing was really good this year? They really nailed every call.
I agree with that, but I also understand that I feel like you even being able to ask me that question for the NFL is kind of pathetic, is it not at this point? Like, every year it's garbage. But now it's
Austin,
like,
the bigger problem is you get these dumb rules experts that don't say anything, don't do anything, or at best offer, well, tough call. What we really just need is a sky judge. I buzz down. I see you missed a call. Expedited.
Yeah.
Here's what we're doing. Austin, it would fix a lot of things. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think the state of officiating, the only thing that's worse is the state of broadcasting these games.
Yeah, get over your ego. You made the wrong call. Reverse that.
Right.
Let's go.
I mean, look at
I'll
yesterday.
explain it to you later. Trust me on this.
The ref is staring at DK Metcalf trying to poke Jalen Ramsey's eyes out. No flag. What are we doing here?
So 90% of officiating is what they tell you. It's called key points. They say focus on your keys. There's 7 different positions, right, on an officiating crew. Each position has different key points, and I don't know how many viewers or listeners know that, but that's 90% of being an official is knowing your keys, knowing the rules. That's fine. The other 10% is the judgment. Clearly, the judgment's not great, but when you watch some of these super slow motion, crazy angles, some of these refs, like, they're not even looking at their keys, and you wouldn't know it if you're not a ref, but it really
Or they're
bothers
blatantly
you
ignoring it. How about Quandre Diggs taunting the entire Rams bench? And by the way, Quandre might want to run upfield. He had about another 10 to 12 yards.
I didn't understand that either. Like, you intercepted the ball, and then you just immediately said, I'm good.
Right, he was busy impersonating an airplane. You can't do that. And a ref was staring at it.
Yeah, the intentional grounding is the one that really got me because
never got back to the line,
football.
wasn't outside of the tackle box. How do we not have a sky judge? I mean, they throw a late flag on grounding all the time.
It was almost
they
as
never
if
did it.
It was almost as if the ref said, "We don't want to determine anything in this game. We're going to let the players do what